What's going on, guys? It's Alex, and in today's video I'm doing a bit of an e-commerce site update, or audit rather. This is actually for a local florist looking to sell flowers, both for delivery and get people coming into the shop, I would imagine locally, right? So it's not anything that is national like you would see with some of the competitors. So I'm just going to go through a quick audit, review the landing page, and let you guys know what I find. If you want me to audit your site, click the link below, book a call with me, and if you would like to just get better performance out of your e-commerce sites, you can also click the link below, book a call with me. I love talking to you guys. Anyways, jumping right into it, it hasn't been a whole lot of ad spend, right? It looks like they have only spent $100 and have ran the ads for a few days, although I imagine there might or may not be another campaign, but I'm not going to dive too far into that right now. The big thing you want to check with e-commerce sites is conversion tracking. There are some conversions being tracked, but I'm curious if this is pulling through as an actual purchase through Shopify, which I know can be tricky to set up. We have add to cart. No, we have phone calls. We have 3 calls. Yeah, and page views. So no sales here, right? There's no sales conversions being tracked. This is probably the other one. Yeah, directions, which is fine, but probably not what they want out of the campaign. So yeah, right off the bat, it is hard to tell whether or not the campaign is working. This is inactive, right? It's misconfigured. You'd want to definitely set this up. You would track add to carts as a secondary conversion, and then just straight up purchases from Shopify as a main conversion. And yeah, with page views being tracked, it's really impossible to say if this was actually worth it or not. And again, not a huge amount of data here. When it comes to flower delivery, right, you can see all the big players here. I mean, Ava's Flowers. I mean, all of these are all just kind of national flower delivery sites. And we are coming in, despite the smaller budget, in just a few days with a 32% absolute top of page rate. If you see it spread out like this, everybody's spending the same or bidding probably equally aggressively. So it's nothing to be worried about. There's tons of demand for these services, but just something to keep in mind. It's going to be difficult to have the highest top of page rate as your budget scales when you are competing against Ava's Flowers, 1-800-Flowers, FTD.com, stuff like that. But I just want to take a look at the campaigns we have running. Yeah, it does look like we just have a single search campaign, right? And it's just looks like bid strategies learning. Yeah, so it is on maximize clicks. So for e-commerce guys, you're going to be running a few campaigns. You will run search depending on what you're selling and where and what your budget is, right? You also would want to run shopping for your best performing products, and then PMax just to see what Google is pulling out of your feed, right? No marketing objectives selected, so I mean, obviously you would go ahead and select sales. Budgets probably on the low side. You'd want to be probably about double that in any market. Maximize clicks, I would never start with, right? And it does not look like they set a max CPC, did they? No, they didn't set a max CPC, which is why they're kind of in the middle there. And they're probably, I would imagine, running into the edge of that, running out of that budget pretty quickly. Location settings are good. And as you can see here, Denton County, I think it's quite a big county. Yeah, it's not a bad area, 2 million people, so huge demand for flowers. It's trending down right now. You won't see a trend up until the spring, but still a lot of opportunity here. Looking at the campaign itself, I hope to see more than one ad group. No, we have one single ad group here. Click-through rate is high, which is fine. So the ad is relevant enough, but it just does not look like conversions are being tracked. And again, guys, not a whole amount of spend. Not a whole lot that I can comment on. Looking at the ads themselves, we can just quickly see what converted, and it was just Denton, Florist, and Florist near me. These would be 2 different ad groups. So Denton Florist would be its own ad group. That would go with Denton Flower Shop and Best Denton Florist. You would have Flower Delivery as its own ad group. You would have Florist Near Me as its own ad group. You'd have Same Day Flower Delivery as its own ad group. You would structure all those into different ad groups just to keep all the data relevant and organized, and because your ad is going to be targeting different intent. 26 keywords within a single ad group is far too many, and you can see that there are no impressions for things like flowers today, right? Send flowers same day. A lot of this stuff would need its own ad group because you're convoluting the data too much. So Google's not going to show your ad for every single one of these searches, right? And near me, you would always add as your own ad group. So yeah, beyond that, not a whole lot to say from the campaign structure side of things. Let me check again. When we all just phrase match, yeah, phrase is really good to start until you get that data coming in. No PMax campaign, no shopping campaign. So I'm gonna just assume that that Shopify is not even connected to the ad account here. No, we do have the Merchant Center, which is good, but it does not look like Shopify is connected. But Merchant Center is good. I'm not going to click into this. I don't know if they are even active on the Merchant Center here. But there's no PMax, there's no shopping, so it doesn't matter at that point. You would want to get those set up. And let me just take one more quick look at the ad. Mobile phone is good. Tablets you just get rid of. Computers is good. Running ads all day, not good if you're doing flower delivery, right? You want to be able to answer the phone or get something going when you're working, and people are not really ordering flowers for delivery at 4 o'clock in the morning. So you typically be running from 8 to 5, 8 to 6, even later, depending on when you are open. Let's just look at search terms to see what we're showing up for, to see how relevant, and if we've been spending too much money. Yeah, so guys, this is why you would run tighter ad groups and be super aggressive with the search terms, right? Because white roses is now we're showing up for flower shop, and this will never convert. Because I'm going to imagine before checking that this is going to the homepage. Wholesale flower market, that's not us. You got to be aggressive on these. You're going to see a lot of these really random, and this is probably not actually, this is a branded search, right? The Florist is probably a company in Denton. Sweet as can be bouquet, right? Sunflowers near me. This is all stuff you have to be aggressive on at the beginning, every single day, especially in the flower space, checking these until you find what works from the phrase match perspective, and then shifting that into exact match, and then bidding a little bit more aggressively once you have that conversion data coming through. And that's going to be for any of the e-commerce keywords that you're using here for a search campaign. But don't forget, guys, for e-com, run search, run PMax, and then clean everything up with shopping with your best performing products. The Merchant Center will tell you that data. PMax will tell you that data. Now let's take a look at the ad really quickly, and then we'll see what the landing page looks like. So ad goes right to the home page. I would probably just keep this as like Denton Florist if it fits. Yeah, that fits, so no need to have both, right? Headlines, I would not pin one, only because Google's pretty smart at that over time. And yes, it's going to say Denton's Premier Florist. I'm not a big fan of that as a pin headline. I would say Denton Florist near you, right? But I don't like that as a pin headline. Just move myself out of the way here. On University Drive in Denton, this isn't good. This isn't good, doesn't mention flowers. This is fine, this is not good, this is not good, right? Yeah, so the ad itself, despite the higher click-through rate, is actually quite poorly structured. You would be adding things like Denton Florist, Florist near you, flower delivery, same-day flower delivery from, bouquets in Denton from, right? You would have it be a lot more relevant to what the user is looking for. Descriptions, this is terrible. Not terrible, apologize. This is not great because people mostly are not looking for monthly flower delivery. That would be a search. They're looking just for same day flower delivery or flower delivery near them, or they're going to be coming in person. Our designers work with Sweat. This is not great. Denton's kind of flower shop. Yeah, none of these actually mention flower delivery. I guess this one. Or same day flower delivery, or bouquets, or flowers, right? It's a lot of room for improvement on the descriptions there. No images are added. I'm wondering if those were added at the campaign level. No site links added. I wonder if that's added at the campaign level. Count is up and verified, so no business name or logo. You would definitely want to get that sorted out. Calls, no phone number, right? So huge amount of improvements here. Let's check the actual landing page really quick, guys. Yeah, very obvious Shopify, which is fine. It's great to have this here, but the beginning is just, this is a real eyesore. You would want to have far more flowers showing up. This is fine here. I also did pull up one here. This one's really good for Ruth's Roses. It's a pretty big national or even regional flower delivery site, right? Everything the user's going to need is here. You can choose from options here, and then you have best sellers, right? Tons of options. All you can do on this site is buy. This one is quite good too. Lovely flowers, right? Another Shopify site. They do have they have it in Spanish, which is interesting, but they do have some options here, right? And then right away into their top collections, for which I think is just mostly roses, but very easy to purchase, very easy to follow through. And one great example here is this one. This is a good example of a site that converts. We have worked on the site for quite a bit. Right, shop all. You click shop all, it brings you into the bestseller collection, right? And people are going to be buying these. This can all be arranged based on the data you have coming in from your shopping campaign, from your actual Shopify data. We have, again, the most popular bouquets up here, right? And again, mentioning same day delivery here so people know. And this is, I'm gonna guess their most best-selling bouquets. And then the location, right? So the user at this point has seen everything they need to see. They're already going to have been ordering. They're already going to be, viewing all and clicking through anything they need when it comes to being able to buy flowers. And that's really about it, guys. Kind of went through everything there. There is quite a bit that needs to be done and improved for this particular site here. Just close this. And yeah, as for expectations, even if you make all these changes, right? Even if you have even if you're running e-commerce ads, don't expect that making all these changes is going to get you the best results overnight. The best campaigns that we're running right now in e-commerce are working pretty good from the start, but it takes time to get everything dialed in. It takes time to feed the algorithm what it wants. It takes time to find those best-selling products. It takes time to feed all that into the shopping campaign and really, really dial everything in. With the search campaign, you can see results a little bit faster, but you still have to have some pretty reasonable expectations coming into this. And yeah, if you made it this far, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you need help with Google Ads for your e-commerce site, if you're a florist, you're not selling flowers, you just want me to do an audit of your e-commerce Google Ads, click the link below, book a call with me. I love talking to you guys, as always, and we'll see you guys in the next video.